Hi, and a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. I hope you haven't missed me. I have been a little bit poorly over the last couple of weeks and haven't filmed as much as I'd wanted to. But this is the end of the Japanese series and it is Subscriber Sunday. This request came in from Tikapika. Tikapika now is a great name, by the way. It's what you want grilled, or okonomiyaki. It's a fantastic Japanese dish, one that I absolutely love. Now I'm going to be making the simplified version, and I'm also going to be using ingredients that most of us can get, because quite a few of the ingredients are not so easy to get around the world. Now if you do get a chance, the Hiroshima okonomiyaki is a favorite of mine. It's absolutely fantastic, but I tell you what, I like it made for me in an okonomiyaki restaurant, because that's part of the beauty. But if you want to make okonomiyaki at home, this is the simplest recipe to use. It's delicious. Let me show you how. Now, okonomiyaki basically translated into English means what you like grilled, which means you can have anything you want with it, but you do have to start off with a simple okonomiyaki batter, and that starts with 1 cup of just all-purpose flour. I pop that into a bowl, and the liquid we're going to use is a fish stock called Dashi, but you could use any fish stock you can get your hands on. I'm just going to put a cup of that into here with the flour, and then using a whisk, I'm just going to beat that through until it's a nice smooth batter. And there's my batter, beautiful and smooth. Now the next key ingredient is a nagaimo, which is a long yam. It looks a little bit like this, a sort of sweet potato, this one is. Now I can't get that anywhere, and most people I speak to can't. But you can substitute with a regular potato. I'm just going to peel this, and we want to grate it very finely, and I put 2 or 3 tablespoons of it into this batter. So there you see I've grated that potato. It's beautiful and fine and starchy, and I'm just going to put 2 or 3 tablespoons into my batter and continue to mix it through. It is a great substitute, and to my mind it works quite well. Next we want to break an egg into our batter, and again whisk that up. And we're almost ready. We really just want to season this now. I've got a little salt. I'm probably going to put about ½ teaspoon, maybe 1/4 teaspoon of salt into the batter, and about a teaspoon of light soy sauce. Now when you're seasoning your batter, the way I like to do it, and this is really entirely up to you, is to actually dip your finger in there and taste it. Now if that tastes great raw, you know it's going to taste good cooked, and you've got your seasoning perfect. The next key ingredient is white cabbage, which we're just going to finely chop. Now do it as fine as you can. We'll be using around 12 ounces or 350 grams of cabbage in this particular recipe. And like I say, you want to slice this pretty finely. And once I've cut it into shreds that way, I'm also going to cut this through to make the length so the strands aren't too long. We can then take that shredded cabbage and put it straight into our batter mix. And then we're going to take these spring onions. I'm using the green end and the white end, and we're just going to slice these. They don't have to be too fine. And then the onions as well in with the cabbage. I'm then going to take a spoon and I'm just going to mix the batter through with the vegetables. And that is what we're looking for. We've got the start of our okonomiyaki pancake mix. Now up until this point I have been in charge. I've told you how to make the batter and shown you the ingredients, but okonomiyaki is all about having fun, having what you like in a pancake. So from this point on, you decide what you want. I'll show you what I'm going to use, but knock your socks off, choose whatever you want, have fun, and make this pancake something that you really love. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Now I've got a frying pan on a medium heat. It's getting nice and hot now. I'm going to take a good portion of my okonomiyaki batter. I'm just going to pop it onto the pan there. And I'm probably going to make about a 6 to 8 inch diameter circle. I say the heat doesn't want to be too high. We're just going to flatten this down a little bit, shape it into a circle. I'm not using oil. My pan is non-stick and it doesn't tend to stick, but if you've got a pan that needs a little bit of oil in there, so be it. Now here is something I like. This is called furikake. There is lots of different versions. This one has got a wasabi in it, and it's a seasoning. It's basically got the nori seaweed in there. It's not always used for okonomiyaki, but I love it. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit over the top of my batter. Oh, the flavour from this is absolutely delicious. Next, I'm laying across 3 strips of belly pork, which I've had sliced thinly. Now, yes, it does look very much like bacon, and I have made this with a beautiful smoked bacon before now, and that tastes delicious too. But you decide. I've just gone for sliced belly pork. Now, continue to cook this on this side for about 5 to 7 minutes to allow the heat to come up and start cooking the cabbage all the way through. And then I'm going to use 2 slices like this, and I'm going to have to flip this thing over very carefully. Now that has been cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to use these 2 spatulas like this. I'm going to lift that up now, and I'm going to flip it over, and then we'll continue to cook that with the meat side down for another 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm going to spread a little bit on the back of my pancake. This also is not traditional. I'm also going to put a little bit of that wasabi seasoning on there. Take one of my slices and just spread that over the top. It's all about getting flavour into this pancake at this moment, really getting the taste. Now, if you want to ask me what else could go on this, you could pretty much use anything. It's great with seafood. You could use fish or prawns. You could even use beef. You could probably use chocolate if you really wanted to, I suppose. It's entirely up to you. Now, my okonomiyaki has been cooking for another 5 or 6 minutes with the meat down. I'm just going to flip that one over now, and look at that. Look how beautiful that pork has crisped up. Oh, that smells absolutely delicious. Now, at this point, you really do need the okonomi sauce. I think it's a real integral part of this pancake. And I want to put a fair bit onto the top. I'm just going to put it round in a circle. I use my spatula to spread this over. Now, what does this sauce taste like? Well, it's very similar to a Worcester sauce. I think the Americans say Worcestershire sauce. I think there's fair too many syllables in there for the county of Worcester. But the next thing we are going to put on there is Kewpie Mayonnaise. Now, you've seen on my channel homemade Kewpie. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to put a couple of circles on there. The last thing I'm going to do is take a nice big handful of Bonito Flakes. These are a wonderful fishy flake. I'm just going to put those over the top. That is sizzlingly good. Time to serve my okonomiyaki. There it is. I mean, that is absolutely delightful. The smell coming off of that is so delicious. I'm just going to garnish a few little spring onions on there because both Anne and I, we love some garnish. Now, traditionally, this is served, you eat them with a little spatula, but I haven't got those, so I'm going with the old-fashioned knife and fork. I'm just going to take a slice off the edge here. Get plenty of that pork in there. And let's give this a try. Here goes. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. As I always say, it's fantastic. We've got the Bonito Flakes, the caramelization of the pork. We've got the Okonomi sauce. Tika Pika, thank you very much for asking for this one. I know it was a little late coming. Please share the love. Give this one the thumbs up. You must try this. It's not difficult to make. And that is the end of my Japanese series for now. I'll leave some links, obviously, at the end of this video. But in the meantime, be good. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And as I said, I'll leave some links up here to some other videos. That was wonderful. I've really enjoyed the Japanese series. I hope you guys have too. We've got Easter coming up and I'm trying to mix in those Easters and catch up because, as I say, I've been ill for a week, so I haven't been filming. I'm getting a little behind, but I will catch up very soon. I know there's some requests out there that I haven't been able to do. Be patient. Anyway, be good. I'll see you next time.